Hey everyone, welcome back to Six Sisters Stuff. Today I'm going to show you how to use an Instant Pot. So my name is Kristen and every Monday I share an Instant Pot recipe with you guys. So if you are new to the Instant Pot, make sure that you subscribe so you don't miss any of the recipes. I'm sure a lot of you got an Instant Pot for Christmas and you're a little intimidated, you're not sure how to use it. Now when I first got my Instant Pot, it sat in the box for about 3 months because I'll be honest, I was terrified. I did not know how to use it and I just didn't even want to go there. So I thought this video would be very helpful to show you how to use the Instant Pot, and then those that have been around for a little while, I'm also going to make a delicious macaroni and cheese. So, all right, so first I'm going to teach you how to use the Instant Pot. So this Instant Pot is called the Instant Pot Luxe. There's also a Duo that I use to show you how to use that too, but I'm just going to show you, they're so similar that it'll make sense just showing you how to do it. So the first thing you do with your Instant Pot is that you want to make sure that you have the silver pot in your pot. If you don't have that silver pot and you just dump your food in, you will ruin your Instant Pot. So always make sure that this silver pot is in your pot. Next, we're going to talk about the lid a little bit. The lid is, you could hear the little dinging sound as I took this off. If you put the lid on correctly, you'll hear that little chime. There we go, that's what you want to hear. That means your lid is on correctly. Now in order to pressurize any of your food, you want to make sure that this little knob is turned to sealing. If this knob is on sealing, that means it will pressurize. If it's on venting, all the pressure will come out of your Instant Pot. So as you're cooking, sealing, not venting. Now, I get a lot of questions about, there's so many functions, there's so many buttons. I'm so intimidated and confused. I'll be honest, I really just use the manual button, or if you have a different model, the pressure cook button. Those are the most common buttons that I use. I also use a yogurt button, but unless I'm making yogurt or making bread, I just use the manual or pressure cook. So when you're cooking something, you're going to push the manual button, and then there's a negative sign and a plus sign. So depending on how long you want to cook it for, so I'm going to go up, let's say 8 minutes. If I'm cooking it for 8 minutes, I'm going to let it sit there after I've done the plus and wait a few seconds, and then it's going to say on. That means you've done it right. That's literally all you have to do, and you can walk away. Now, if you need to go down, of course, you can do the negative, and that will make your number go down. Now, the only other thing is that when you're cooking with your Instant Pot, just remember, it does take some time to pressurize. Don't be intimidated by that. It will take almost 10 to 15 minutes to pressurize. So I have a lot of people that start it, they push, it says on, and then they're texting me and they're trying to call me and contact me to let me know that it's taking too long to pressurize, it's not working. It's okay. 10 to 15 minutes to pressurize, that is completely normal. It's just how the Instant Pot works. It takes a long time to get the water flowing. All right, so I'm gonna show you how to make an easy mac and cheese recipe. We're gonna show you some of the function buttons, and you're just gonna see how easy it really is. So you wanna make sure your lid is off your Instant Pot, because obviously you need to use the pot. And we're making macaroni and cheese, a creamy macaroni and cheese. So we're gonna start with 1 pound of elbow macaroni. Then we're gonna do 4 cups of chicken broth. Now I love to get these containers because I know that there are 4 cups in here and I don't have to measure anything. So we're gonna pour it all in. Okay, now the secret when making pasta is that you wanna make sure, yes I am using my finger, you wanna make sure that all the noodles are covered in liquid. If you don't have enough liquid, then you need to add more liquid to it. You just wanna make sure all the noodles are covered or you're gonna have some hard noodles with your pasta. All right, this is all that we have to do. We're gonna put the lid on now. Okay, we're putting the lid on. Can you hear that? That means you're doing it right. Then you're gonna turn this little knob to sealing. Now, the other Instant Pots have a different looking knob. They both have sealing and venting, so make sure that it's on sealing. Okay, once it's on sealing, then we're gonna come over here and we're gonna push the manual button or the pressure cook button, and we're gonna go down to just 4 minutes. Pasta only takes 4 minutes to cook. So Once you push the buttons, then you're gonna wait for it to say on. Once it says on, you're good to go. Now, the difference between making, like, let's say macaroni and cheese in the Instant Pot compared to on your stovetop is that you literally can set your timer to 4 minutes and walk away. Now you think of all the steps you have to do when you do it on the stovetop. You have to heat your water, you have to make sure it doesn't boil over, then you have to put your noodles in, you have to wait about 7 minutes for your noodles to cook, and you are just at the stovetop the whole entire time. With the Instant Pot, I can go clean up the kitchen, I can go put away the laundry, I can do a lot of other things while it's cooking. So this is why I love the Instant Pot so much. All right, we're gonna let this cook, and then I'll come back and I'll finish making the rest of macaroni and cheese. So once it's all done cooking, you're gonna have it say L. L means that it is done. You'll usually hear a little sound that it is done, it beeps at you, and then it's gonna start counting up. So you'll know how many minutes it's been done. So usually with pasta and other things, I like to do something called a quick release. A quick release is when you turn it to venting right when it's done cooking. Now, if you see some instructions that say natural release, that means you're just gonna leave it just as it is and let it release the pressure on its own, natural release. But with pasta, and because I wanna make this really quick, we're gonna turn it to quick release, which is turning it to venting so all the steam will come out. Okay, so once that's all done, there's a little pin that will drop. That means that you can open your lid safely. Oh, and if you can see, the pasta is cooked perfectly. Now there is a little bit liquid at the bottom, and that is just fine because we're gonna use that liquid for the macaroni and cheese. So just kind of mix your noodles around a little bit. They might be a little bit stuck together, but that's not hard. Once you start mixing, they'll come apart. Okay. So now we're gonna push the saute button. The saute button is the other button that I use all the time. So you can brown your onions or you can brown your meat, stuff like that. But we're gonna use the saute button today to make everything warm. So first we're gonna push the cancel, and then we're gonna push the saute button. There you go. Okay, now it's time to add the good stuff with the mac and cheese. So we're first gonna add a 1/2 cup of milk. And I'm just gonna eyeball this a little bit. And then about a teaspoon of Dijon mustard. You don't have to add the Dijon, I just like, it just gives it a little bit of a kick. And then just a dash of hot sauce. You can use your favorite hot sauce, whatever hot sauce you like. Or if you don't like hot sauce, you don't even have to add the hot sauce. I just like the extra flavor that it gives it. And then last we're gonna add just 2 tablespoons of butter. So I'm just gonna mix these things in there right now. So we're gonna let the butter melt and mix in the mustard and everything else. It's starting to smell good. All right, so once the butter is all melted, now we're just gonna add 2 cups of cheddar cheese. I like to use sharp cheddar cheese, but you can use any kind of cheddar cheese that you want. Now, if you shred your own cheddar cheese, that will make it mix a little bit easier, but I'm kind of lazy and I like to buy it pre-shredded, so I don't even have to worry about that stuff. I'm a more of dump everything in and go kind of person. All right, once your cheese is melted and everything is melted and mixed together, go ahead and push the cancel button. You don't want to keep sauteing or it will burn the bottom of your pan, it will burn the noodles. So we're turning it off. And so you'll just have nice hot mac and cheese ready to serve. Now, if you want to make this a little bit earlier in the day, you can always push the cancel button again. It is also the keep warm button, and you can just let it sit here for an hour or 2. I would put the lid back on and let it sit until you're ready to eat. All right. Oh man, these noodles smell so good. I can smell just the little bit of Dijon mustard in there. It's my favorite. Now, I was thinking that you could easily do, if you have the other box mac and cheese, you could easily make just the Kraft macaroni and cheese too, because it's literally the same thing. You're just cooking your noodles and adding everything else when you're done. So my question for you is, if you're new to the Instant Pot, have you used it yet? And if you haven't, why haven't you? So put that down below in the comments. I'm curious to see who has used their pot and who hasn't. That's all I have for you today. Now, don't forget, if you're new and you want to use your Instant Pot more, subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any of our Instant Pot videos. All right, see you later. Bye.